Good evening and welcome to Police Connection. I'm Gwen Cross. Well, October is here, and for many young children and adults alike, their favorite occasion is just around the corner. That's right, it's Halloween. Well, for many of us at the Los Gatos Monte Sereno Police Department, it's a very special and busy time of year. In just a few short weeks, we will be opening up the gates at Oak Meadow and Vasona and transforming the parks for the 5th time into the Haunted Forest and the Billy Jones Railroad into the Phantom Express. But what many of you don't know is the story behind the masterminds of these elaborate props and the hard work behind the scenes. Joining me tonight are the directors of the show, Stuart Kuramoto and John Barkey. Truly, without them, this event could not take place. Stay with us and find out the real story on how the Haunted Forest began. We'll be back right after this.
What would you do if you had to choose between the buffalo and the giraffes? Between a flower or an elephant? What would you choose? What if you had to decide between a 100-year-old tree and a 1,000,000-year-old beach? Between drinking clean water or breathing clean air? Would you make the right choice? Would there be a right choice? Now there's a way to help. Not just one, but all these things. EarthShare, the world's leading environmental groups working together. It's one choice we can all live with. Ask your employer about workplace giving.
In the early months of 1995, Chief Larry Todd asked me to think of a fundraiser to help support our 3 volunteer organizations, the Volunteers in Policing, the Disaster Aid Response Team, and the Reserve Police Officers. Well, I had done a rummage sale once, and as I was trying to be a little bit more creative, the thought of a haunted house came to mind, which led to the thought of the park, the train, the carousel, and an event at night. Well, after getting approval from the chief, I really didn't have a clue as to what I was going to do. But as fate would have it, and I should say, my very lucky day, someone gave me the name of Stuart Kuramoto, who used to direct the Haunted Woods in Saratoga. I contacted Stuart at Discovery Comics, the store he owned at the time in Los Gatos on North Santa Cruz Avenue. I told him my idea, and after much discussion, we decided on going forward with the Haunted Forest. Well, the rest is history. John, Stuart, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Stuart, well, before I begin, I would like to say, in your honor, instead of the regular Police Connection set, we have something that we're going to be showing at the Haunted Forest this year, and that's quite impressive, I would say. Stuart, let me ask you about that, however you want to look at it, that fateful day or that, that lucky day that I met you at Discovery Comics. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about what happened that day when I came to see you?
Well, I saw you pull up, and I was wondering what this nicely dressed lady was doing coming into the comic shop, because you generally had a lot of kids then. And then when you said, is your name Stuart? And I said, well, yes. And you said, well, I'm Gwen Cross from Los Gatos Police Department. And my immediate thought was, what did I do? Did I do anything? No. But what I remember that day was actually it was a godsend to myself and John and everybody else, because we had been doing a different haunted house for the previous year, which wasn't quite.
We weren't very happy.
We weren't happy at. And when you offered us a chance to do our own here in Los Gatos, it was a godsend, literally.
Yeah, and I do remember it didn't take a whole lot of convincing.
Stu called me later that afternoon, and he explained the proposition, and my only response was, do I have to kill anyone? He says no, and I said, where do I sign?
Well, I'm sure glad you guys did. So tell me a little bit, you guys have been together for a long time, I mean, even before the Haunted Woods and so forth. Where did you two meet?
In South San Jose.
Cahalan Avenue.
Cahalan Avenue. He moved in across the street from me when I was about 4.
Somewhere around there.
And he was 5.
We've known each other for about 30 years.
Yeah.
So you know each other pretty well, and you're pretty good friends. So, so what made you guys decide to get into the Halloween business?
It was all his fault.
Well, I started up at the Haunted Woods in 1986. I had some friends of mine who dragged me up to the woods. And then I kept telling John, you got to come up and check this out. You got to come check this out. Oh, well, I'm busy. Oh, I'll come up sometime. And I wasn't able to drag him up till it was 88.
It was the opening for San Jose Medical Center's new wing.
That's
when,
right. We
the
did
director
some-
did that theme,
yeah.
the theme party, kickoff
Yeah.
party.
So the Haunted Woods was your first attempt into getting into the haunted forest, the haunted houses,
woods
that kind of
with-
thing.
The whole Halloween
Yeah.
thing.
And then you just got hooked?
Yeah. Under Diane Dillon and Louise Collins, I learned everything that I could possibly learn about haunted houses.
Now, you had such a great following when you guys first came to the, moved over to our side, I should say, the Los Gatos, Monte, Sereno police side to do the haunted forest. Where did all these people come from? Just, I mean, I know they're every
the
walks
woodwork?
of, I know they're every walks of life. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you have teachers, you've got nurses, you've got just, you name it. I mean,
A lot of people came up to see the show and asked, how do I get involved in this? And we handed them a costume and sent them out on their way. And that was that. Most of the adults that are on the crew now, well, we refer to them as our kids because we've known them since they were, some of them since they were 11 and 12 years old. We've been working with them that long. So, you know, they just, the haunted forest should be listed as a controlled substance because it's addictive.
Yes, it is, and I can speak from experience, and I've been doing it for 5 years. I know we complain about it every year, like, oh my gosh, it's starting again, and then here we go full bore in the event. And the event is such a great event. I mean, I think that's the thing that keeps everybody going, is to seeing the smiles on the kids' faces and everybody in costume and kind of the Disneyland type of atmosphere.
That
And you
and the
guys are doing it for a
screams.
good cause. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can be little kids again yourself. So is that the fascination for Halloween, is just being able to...
Ever since I was a little kid, I've loved Halloween. Ever since I used to decorate my house, John and I would, you know, we'd be trick or treating till like midnight, and back when you could trick or treat safely. Sorry to say, but
Now you guys are looking for volunteers this year, right?
We are
Definitely,
always looking for
yes.
volunteers.
To do what,
Please.
for instance?
Anything.
acting, building,
Techs, show techs. It doesn't take any skills whatsoever to do any of these things. We feature on-the-job training.
On-the-job training.
On-the-job
Okay,
training.
quickly, John, tell me, if somebody's interested in volunteering, what should they do? Come see you
If
where?
they want to volunteer for construction, we're only running for about another 2 weeks before we move into the park. And all they need to do is come up to the novitiate, which is off of College Avenue in Los Gatos. And basically follow College Avenue, go between the gates with the big white crosses, and stop at the first big white building you come to and walk in and say, I'm here.
And the times
Put me
are?
to work.
Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Just show up and I'm here.
Just show up and
Okay.
we'll put you to work doing something.
Okay. And for those who want to volunteer out at the park for the actual event, we'll be having a volunteer meeting at the, so you can also let other people know, at the Los Gatos Council Chambers, Monday, October 11th at 6 p.m. So
So that's
anybody
next
interested in
Monday.
that, yeah, we'll do that. And
Okay, Niners
I'll
aren't
let the
playing,
viewers
so
know that
Monday
again
afternoon.
before the end of the show. Now, quickly, tell me what's this show going to be like this year?
It's going to be like, you want to give it away? I don't know if I want to give anything away.
Well,
Is it going to be some surprises this
Yeah,
year?
well,
or-
there's
there's
gonna
always
be-
surprises.
yeah.
The show is constantly evolving. It's always got something new to it. And about as much as I'm willing to say is if you want to find out what the show's like, come see it.
Come on down.
New surprises, always.
There's always something new. And the audience, you can't show the same people the same show constantly. And the other part is we get bored.
Yeah, well, it's good. Every year it's gotten better and better. And I've heard from so many people that they have said every year it gets so much better. And it's just a great treat for the kids to come out at night, wear their costumes, and ride the train at night. And the extra added attraction is all the great props that you have. And can you tell everybody, just real quickly, we're out of time, but the thing that's fascinated me the most is how you what you make those Godzilla heads and all the things out of. I mean, it just...
Godzilla's head is made out of 5 enormous pieces of styrofoam.
Styrofoam.
Started off as a great
John
big
and I
block of
carved that.
styrofoam, and he evolved through hatchets and sawzalls and all kinds of implements of destruction.
Pickaxes.
Pickaxes, pretty much anything.
Hammers.
He started
Okay.
off looking like a great big block, and then he looked something like a Volkswagen Beetle, and then he looked like Godzilla. And it's just a matter of it's just like any other kind of sculpting, carving. It's just
Well, it's absolutely amazing. It amazes me every year when I go up there to see such great things made out of styrofoam. I mean, this is just not giving the, I mean, because it doesn't look like it when you go along the tracks.
That's one of my greatest joys is to when we move into the park is to drive down North Santa Cruz Avenue with Godzilla's head on the back of my truck and just watch people's
You
faces.
get a few looks, I bet.
Oh, just a couple. Just a couple. 1 or 2.
Okay, John Stewart,
100.
we're out of time. I want you guys to take home a Police Connection mug with you.
I was about to ask you about this.
Put it right next to your Haunted Forest mug to your
Okay.
collection.
Okay.
And so I will
Cool, I need
see
a
you
copy.
guys at the park.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
And we also have some highlights I want to show some people before we
Excellent.
Oh,
before
very
we go
good.
to the
Can
news.
we watch?
Tickets for the Haunted Forest go on sale on Thursday, October 7th at the following locations. At the Los Gatos Council Chambers lobby between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. The Council Chambers is located at 110 East Main Street in Los Gatos. Tickets will also be sold 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Collectors Corners at 481 North Santa Cruz Avenue in Los Gatos, directly across from the Safeway store. If you have any other questions regarding the Haunted Forest, please give me a call at the Los Gatos Monte Sereno Police Department at 354-6842. Next on Police Connection is the Police News Update. But first, let's take a look at the highlights from last year's Haunted Forest. We'll be back right after this.
You move, I'll shoot your head up. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Woo!
Everybody say bye today. Witnesses. Hey, overtime. Yes.
One ear. I can't get an ear. His ear is just not tasty enough. I need a child's ear.
There you go. Oh, that'll work. Just come on down here. Now don't move. I missed. We'll have to come back in about an hour and I'll have it cleaned up for you. Until then, see you later.